Today's reading is a famous passage where Paul talks about the variety of spiritual gifts and how each one is particular and necessary for the whole church. He talks about the church as the body of Christ and these gifts as members of the body, like hands and feet and arms, and you need all of those in order to be whole and in order to function well. I think it's really important for you to think about what are your gifts and where are you being called to serve and use those gifts. When I was in high school, I really wanted to be a physicist, a space physicist, and I had gifts for that. I was good at math and science. I was passionate about space exploration, but at some point I started to think, oh, maybe I have some gifts and calling to be a pastor, and I had a youth leader that actually really encouraged me to explore those gifts and to think about that. And eventually it became clear to me that my calling was to use my gifts in ministry. And I think that process of discerning and figuring out what your gifts are and how you're called to use those is so important, whether you're in high school or even when you're older and trying to figure out what to do with your life. It's so important. Someone once said that your calling is where your gifts and the world's needs come together. And I think that's really important because not all of us are called to serve in the church full time like I do, but I think each one of us is called to serve the world that we live in. And so figure out what your gifts are and how that best matches up with what the world needs.